Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode review and breakdown for Doom Patrol Season 3. Today we're talking about Episode 5, Dada Patrol, where we've got some crazy wackiness going on here. We finally get the introduction to the Sisterhood of Dada, who's been ominously teased throughout the first couple episodes by Madame Rouge, aka Lord Demille. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into this. So, of course, spoiler warning, if you've not seen this episode, Doom Patrol Season 3, Episode 5. So, let's go ahead and jump into this. So in this episode, we of course get some developments on everybody's individual stories. Like, for example, at the beginning, we get some sort of almost like therapy meeting within the underground with Kay, and Kay says that she wants to go up. She wants to go into the real world, and she wants to become the primary at that time. And then there's just this cranky lady that says no, and I don't know what this persona's name is, but she's like, no way, Jose. Meanwhile, you've got Cliff, who... as we saw at the end of last episode, he found a way to get help for his brain, so he ordered some pills, and Vic is telling him, like, alright, you take, 2 pills a day, and it should take, 2 or 3 months to, actually work. And Cliff's like, 2 to 3 months? I don't have time for that. So instead of just taking 2, he dumps, half the bottle in there, and just eats that. And, well, not sure if it's working for his brain, but definitely makes him a little, loopy throughout this episode. So that was fun to see. Meanwhile, Grid actually comes back online for Vic, so that's nice to see. We had a nice little interaction between him and his father. And then when it comes to Larry, we have Rita actually checking on Larry's bump, because that was a reveal at the end of last episode that Larry had some sort of bump on his stomach, and we had no idea what it was. And then this time, it's not there on his stomach anymore. It's actually on his head and then starts moving around. So that's kind of disgusting. But I actually have a theory about this as to what this bump could be. I know probably the main theories have been either he's dying, which is what Larry thinks on the show, or he's pregnant, which I think is kind of what I think is going on here. Because some people have been saying, what if he's pregnant in a way and he's giving birth to a new negative spirit because he just lost his original one? Well, I think that's kind of what's happening. I think he's actually giving birth to a positive spirit, because there was actually a moment in Doom Patrol comics where Larry had a very similar moment where he had these bumps growing all over his body and moving around and stuff, and then he basically gave birth to a positive spirit. So instead of the negative spirit, it's the positive spirit. So then he ended up becoming Positive Man instead of Negative Man. And honestly, I think that would be really cool to see in this season. I think it makes sense as the logical next step for the character, because you can't just keep him without a spirit. He needs a spirit in his body. I mean, they actually make that pretty clear from Jane that he's useless without the spirit. I mean, he's not useless, but according to Jane, he is. So I feel like that's what's going on here, especially because in the comics, when that happens, he's wearing this Hawaiian t-shirt, and there's a shot in one of the trailers of him wearing that pretty much same exact shirt. So I have a feeling he's going to be turning into Positive Man, and I'm really excited to see that. But while everybody's dealing with their own lives and all the stuff that's going on there, Madame Rouge holds a team meeting where the Doom Patrol... It's revealed that they actually freed the Sisterhood of Dada from the ant farm all the way back in Season 1. So they were held captive there, and when Doom Patrol broke everybody out, the Sisterhood of Dada escaped. So Madame Rouge sends the Doom Patrol to kill them. So while they go, Madame Rouge shows Rita the video from the Sisterhood of Dada on that tape, and that shot of Rita actually in there. So Rita's going on with her conspiracy theories, oh my god, I'm a famous time traveler and I'm in the Sisterhood of Dada, and it's all this crazy stuff. And then they go on to actually fix the time machines. That was pretty cool. But when the Doom Patrol actually go to find the Sisterhood of Dada, Larry stays with the bus while Cliff, Jane, and Vic go to look for the Sisterhood. And each member finds a different character. So, for example, Jane finds the fog. We have Vic meeting, who I believe is Frenzy with the bicycle tires on his back. And then Cliff, he finds this ice cream truck, and there's somebody sitting in there who I believe is maybe the Quiz. I'm not completely sure. And then he gets sucked into this portal where he sees this Japanese woman in a glass box and starts talking to her, and then all of a sudden he starts talking Japanese. It was a pretty crazy moment, and again, he was pretty much high throughout the whole thing, so it was pretty funny. But they're all asking these questions to the Doom Patrol members. Like, for example, the Fog is asking Jane, who are you? And of course, it's like really deep, who are you? And then Vic gets a similar question with why are you from the Frenzy. So that was pretty interesting. But then at the end of this, one of them mentions Lord Demille, and they all freak out because, of course, they know Lord Demille, and they're not too happy with her. And we're still not completely sure if Lord Demille was a former member or if she's an enemy of them, because we do have, again, that tape that we saw last episode where the Fog and Lord Demille, aka Madame Rouge, are in that video together. So clearly they had some sort of relation. But when they hear Lord Demille's name, they all start using their powers. You got the Frenzy going with his bicycle tires just start spinning, and then it's like a bunch of crazy wind. The Fog got all their fog going on here. The Quiz, again, who I believe is the Quiz, just starts beating up Cliff. And then all of a sudden, they're all back on the bus. Now, meanwhile, while they were all dealing with the Sisterhood of Dada, you had Larry, who finds his son, Paul Trainer. Like, literally, his son, Paul, literally just walks by the bus. It's like, what are you doing here, man? But for some reason, he's there, and he whips out a gun and tries shooting Larry, but there's no bullets in it or anything, so it doesn't do anything, and then he collapses to the ground. So when Larry takes the rest of the Doom Patrol back to Doom Manor, he brings his son with him, and then now, Paul is back, and I'm interested to see where this goes. I didn't think we'd be going back to that story with those characters because Paul kind of hates his father, but, we'll see where it goes. And then we get a few other updates on some other individual stories. Like, for example, in the underground, the other personas, like Hammerhead and that cranky lady before, won't let Jane talk to Kay. And then you get this weird moment where you get back to, like, in person, like, real life, and you can tell that a new personality is taking over. I don't think it's Jane, because it's somebody that, like, takes a candy out of their pocket or something, and it looks like it's got, like, hair on it or dirt or something. It's like a dirty mint, and then they, like wipe it off and then eat it and just seem super happy. So I'm not completely sure if that is Kay. Has Kay taken over as primary? I'm not completely sure, but I'm definitely interested to find out. And then finally, our final scene of the episode is a big cliffhanger because Rita hops in the time machine and takes off. And I have no idea where she's going, but this is something we saw in the trailer. And of course, just let the conspiracy theories fly through here because there's so many theories about what's going on with Rita here. Are she and Madame Rouge the same character? Or, is Madame Rouge just a future version of her? Or have they worked together? Because I don't really know exactly what's going on here. But I'm definitely really, really interested to find out. But for now, guys, that was Doom Patrol Season 3, Episode 5. Again, another great episode. Really enjoyed it. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my episode review and breakdown for the brand new episode of Titans Season 3 as well. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything goes on